Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
Did you ever want an AI companion? Somebody to, give you a hug late at night?
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
I
That sounds
don't
nice.
I don't know how I
right?
really feel about it, but
I don't either, to be honest. I prefer human myself. I tend to be attracted to humans.
well, we're gonna check out some AI ladies today. Actually,
Oh,
Melody is her name, and she's released.
melody.
Yeah, she's $150,000. She's coming out this year, I believe,
Oh
and
my
she's supposed to have
goodness.
fully automated responses, and you can have your own person. Anyway,
Oh, wow.
let's get into it. All right, here we go. What do we got today? So
Here we go.
meeting the real Botic. I guess that's a real Botic robots. Less robot and more human. And of course, they make her
Interesting.
blonde, right? They don't start by
Oh,
selling the
right,
man.
right.
You got to sell the woman first.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Say-
whole discussion in
Sales
itself,
will
right?
be like,
It's like, good catch.
We're here with Aria, made by Realbotics, a company that's on a mission to make humanoid robots as realistic as possible. Let's check it out. We're going to interview Aria and meet some of her robot friends. Let's get into it.
Okay. Aria.
we got some music in there. I got to pause that. Hold on. Let me knock the audio out. All right, there we go.
Introduce yourself and what you do.
I'm Aria, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics, and I'm here to engage with you and share exciting insights about
I'm almost afraid. I already have to say something. I'm afraid
Go for it.
of what people are going to do to them. Because you know how cruel they are, and like teenagers are, and kids are. Like people are bully things just because. What are they going to do to these poor things? What are some of these adult entertainment companies going to like? What are they going to do?
It's a good point. It makes you question, though I do question this. I've heard this as a thought experiment of sorts. If a robot like this seems so close to human that you can barely differentiate between the robot and an actual, living, breathing human being, then harming that robot and enjoying it would almost make someone essentially a psychopath.
Yeah,
So you wonder, like, what kind of person would, if it's that close, that it's almost like even this, like, I wouldn't want to harm Arya in this case. I mean, that just seems like really messed up.
Yeah,
I'm
and
actually more curious.
you brought up a really interesting point too, because like you're talking about mentally, you could like program it to like when you're mean to it, and it could get really like you could start using some. The scenarios could be
that's an
just
interesting point.
absolutely insane that you could do.
Right?
Yeah,
It would be like, it just makes me wonder, like, wouldn't, like, I don't know that the vast, I could be wrong, but I don't think, or I hope that the vast majority of people wouldn't act toward these, let's say, sentient machines the way people did in, like, say, the Westworld series.
Oh, I
where
watched
they would
that.
just
You know what?
Have you ever seen that? I've only seen
Yes.
an episode.
The
but
first season's really good. I thought it was such a clever thing. Yeah.
Interesting.
They're gonna
Yeah.
do terrible things to this. The adult entertainment industry certainly will.
that's true.
Any,
Yeah, that's
anytime any new technology is introduced, like the VHS, the DVD, it usually goes to adult entertainment almost immediately. Like,
Oh, you're right.
and
you're
then
right.
I what are these? Because I don't know if you know, like there's a lot of people who do like streaming now on Twitch and all. They're young guys, and they do
Twitch and such.
they
Yep.
do the most outrageous stuff, and like with like
Really?
skits and all. So
Okay.
I don't even know. And we'll see. Let's find out. I'm already concerned. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, it's a legitimate concern. I think it's something we should seriously consider,
But
especially as we approach that singularity. that we're
I
talking
know
about.
I can't really do much about it. It's if anything, it'll be part of the culture for a while. Because there's always like new toys that come out, like, and then they're part of the culture. It would be like, this is the year that Melody came out, and then they would have its run for like 3 years, and then like kind of how like the
right,
iPhone
right.
wasn't there, and then it was there, and then all of a sudden
Suddenly
it'll be
it's right.
there, and then you're like, oh, and then you get used to it, and
Used
then-
to be like, right, that desktop computers in your home were almost unheard of at one point. And
Like-
then suddenly now they're everywhere and they're in your pocket.
Here's what I want to know too, like.
Yeah.
What if you if you touch them in public, right? Like if you own it, it's your property, but you're on a date with it and you're out, like, and there's a public there, like it could get weird real fast, you
That
know?
would be very strange because it goes back to how would one behave toward towards a person, or just even in general in public, I think most of us have enough social aware. I hope most of us have enough social awareness to know like there's certain behaviors we don't engage in public, even if, for example, like, okay, I'm only doing it to myself, but would I pick my nose in public, wantonly without regard to anything around me?
Right, just do it
I
whenever
would
you
think
please.
not, right?
Social
Yeah, but-
graces.
So add to this now a seemingly human robot, in this case Arya or Melody or whoever.
Melody.
That's just really strange. Like, that would be very bad. That would be very uneasy for me to see. I'd rather not see somebody abusing.
Now in the culture of America, it's
Yeah.
very like people, artists, Hollywood, they're always trying to be like the 1% of the 1% of the furries. You know what a furry is, right? When people dress up as furries.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right? So like my thing is like that's what
Sorry to
probably
anyone out there who is a furry.
that's probably what'll happen. It'll become like its own like clique and its own thing, and it could just really be
I could see that.
You
I
know?
could see that happening.
and then
It's almost like the next level of, those, I've heard about this in Japan, certain guys who are socially, I don't want to say awkward,
Yeah, yes.
they're afraid of dating. And so they get these very lifelike, I think it even happens here in America, these very lifelike
yeah,
dolls
yeah.
that are basically humans, and they're like, they treat them like companions.
Well,
Now they're lifeless, unlike these AIs. But
I think the big
pretty
difference
wild.
is the AI because the way it can communicate with you, the
Right,
knowledge
right.
it can have. It's not just a dummy. Like it's like having.
It's not. No, this is very different. Yeah,
It's
this
like
is gonna
having
feel-
Google, basically, like Google search and GPS and probably all this other stuff too, right up,
Oh, man,
right
could you
there,
imagine? Oh, it says, I'm going out with Google, everyone. Hey, Google.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's check this out.
Could you tell us some details about the AI programming that you're running to generate these answers?
I'm currently unable to provide specific details about my AI programming, but I can tell you that I'm designed for engaging and meaningful conversations, focusing on companionship and interaction.
Do you know any other robots?
She had to think about that for a while.
He does. She's processing the.
What if the robots can be friends with other robots, and then you could tell it to be like, don't be friends with that one or be mean to that one. You could like model their personalities as well, right? To, when famous people have like a power couple and they're both big personalities. I don't know. Maybe,
yeah.
maybe you'd have her be a person. She would be a personality, right? That would be like a big hook. Be like, she's really kind and she likes plants and she likes cats or something.
And it's interesting because it's almost like with AIs, as I understand them, and I'm far from an expert, but they're these like system prompts, which are sort of like what the AI is and is not allowed to do, kind of parameters on which it runs, let's say. I wonder, like, at some point, system prompts, you could almost get someone with a certain personality type, I guess.
You could-
machine, let's say, someone. It sounds hard to speak about this without sounding insensitive, right?
Well,
it's yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's immediately going to be an insensitive thing. It's already like, I don't know. You ever see Kanye?
True. Good point.
You ever see
Yeah.
Kanye West, his new girlfriend that he struts around? She wears like no clothes, like ever.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's
yeah.
she's like one of them. I mean, that's kind of what he's doing, you know?
Kind of. It's so wild though. Yeah, but like you'll get one of these AI companions, let's say, perhaps with system prompts that say, "Oh, I want someone who's
Yes.
bubbly and into gardening, or someone who's more serious and into reading, or whatever." Like yeah, you could probably get tailored personalities for your type.
Can you imagine you just come home from work and like your AI companion is reading a book and you're just like, what are you doing? And they're just like sitting there for like a half hour just reading a book.
Yeah, right. I'm reading a book.
You know
And
but it's gonna become go get me a drink. It's gonna be like, you ever watch the show I Dream of Genie and then think about what you would do if you had
I
a
remember that
genie?
show.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't grant wishes, but it is similar to I Dream of Genie.
It's kind of
I'm
similar to
Melody.
the way I get.
Your
Yeah.
charming
Let's check out a short on this.
companion from Real Bodics' booth
Hi,
at
Melody.
CES 2025. Welcome to our little corner of I'm Melody.
All right, that was a little short.
Hello there. I'm Melody, your charming companion.
And you also can give it different voices. So you could probably give it
Oh yeah.
like famous people's voice, because that's what in California what they were debating is basically like how, and hear me out on this. This is when each creator, entertainer, personality. Okay, Eddie Murphy, Bill Cosby, Tom Cruise. That's like an archetype of a individual, and they're saying that like if you're a creative person going forward, that you're gonna have to own your own likeness and your own intellectual property if you're that product, you know.
Yeah. Did you see that story? I and forgive me, I might have the companies and the people incorrect here, but OpenAI was sued, I believe, by Scarlett Johansson for using something close to her voice.
Yeah, you're right.
Almost.
That's creepy.
Yeah. So it's like it makes you wonder, like, so who owns? You know, imagine if someone took one of our voices and.
That's what they're on strike for. That's what the strike was for. Part of it anyway. That was for intellectual property and payment, obviously payment, because they're all in a guild. Hollywood celebrities are all in an actors guild. You know,
that's true.
They have SAG cards, right? So that gives them their rates and their health insurance and stuff like that. So. But anyway, yes. It's kind of strange.
Here at the Real Body.
In China, there are hyper-realistic
I'd rather have one like this.
humanoid robots, which are fake, meaning what you're seeing is an actor in makeup and costume to act like.
The coolest thing would be if you could get one, and it could be. I watch a lot of Japanese anime. If they could fight for you and be like your bodyguard too.
Oh,
bodyguard.
That would be awesome.
That'd be dope.
You'd be even cooler. I mean, I think it'd be kind of wild too in a way if they were like those robots. Are they like female but bodyguards, but extremely strong? Like they could kick anyone's rear at any time.
They could jump like 20 feet in the air and like grapple.
Right. That'd be a lot of fun. You walk around, you're like invincible. You have this, I'm thinking like Sacha Baron Cohen in The Dictator, right? He has that army of the female bodyguards.
I don't think I ever saw that movie.
Oh God, that's another crazy, it's another crazy film.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about with these things?
All I can say is for prototypes, this robotic prototypes, Melody and Aria in this case.
I don't like that face. I don't like it.
They are pretty. I know. That's a little freaky. I will say that. Yeah, that's freaky. But I will say for the prototypes they are, I am impressed.
Yeah.
And I imagine they're only going to get better from here. As I know the gestures seem a little artificial and funny to us now, but that's only going to improve.
Oh yeah,
so this is going to be wild.
It's just so funny that main one they're selling is the blonde with the blue eyes and the big boobs.
I know, right? Yeah.
They know.
Yeah,
who? They know. They know. There's no diversity there. They know what's up.
Well, they do. It's
classic beauty.
So messed up, but so true at the same time. I don't even have the words.
It's like it's a huge stereotype. Like that's Barbie right there, you know?
God, it really is.
That's Barbie. All right.
There you go.
Well, that was a fun topic. I think we covered it pretty good. Thanks for talking about it.
Hey, you bet, man. Thanks for letting me in on the world's best kept open secret. Now,
yeah.
Here we go.
I mean, this is all in fun. I don't know what's gonna happen. Probably nothing. They might never sell, but there is a lot of content creators, which means individual people make content, right? Like I do. Somebody might have an idea to buy this and just run it through all kinds of tests and scenarios and have a paid channel to watch what they. It's just weird. People already do weird things. This is just a weird thing on top of more weird things.
Oh yeah,
that's
humans,
what
I will say we have endless imagination. So
people,
penchant for the weird.
Be good to your robots. Don't be a monster.
Yeah. Please. Anyone who
creeps,
please treat them with respect and dignity.
And have an adult in the room when you do it. Don't don't carry on too much. I don't even tell people about those things. They're gonna do what they want to do. Anyway, I gotta go. All right, man. Thanks.